to get in that pig's face.
How you doing?
Peachy, can't you tell?
Where you been?
Out.
All night?
Were you worried?
No, just asking.
Maybe it's none of your business where I was.
Whatever. No. You follow baseball?
No.
Well, there's this team in Philadelphia. They're called the Phillies, and they lost again for a change. What?
Are you going to pretend that it didn't happen?
Well, I don't know that you cared about baseball that much.
I'm referring to our little event yesterday, which might have been a game to you, but definitely wasn't to me.
Whatever it was, it's over.
Wrong. Because you need me a lot more than I need you, Mr. Providing a stable home for Star. But first, we have to get a couple things very straight, very soon, very now, in fact.
Or what?
Or I go right back out that door, only this time I won't come back. And if that happens, you might as well kiss your little girl goodbye, because she'll be the next one to go. Most likely, hand in hand with her mommy.
Let me ask you a legal question.
How convenient. Right up my alley.
Well, you are more lawyer than parent. What do you do if a client comes to you and says that they have a contract with somebody who welched out on their side of the deal? What do you say?
That there'd been a breach of contract.
Because a deal is a deal, however you're going to say that in your legal speak.
Yes, but then again, the situation would have to be carefully reviewed to see who really fell down where.
Why do I feel like I'm getting set up for a sucker punch?
I'm the one who caught it full in the face yesterday. You went off on me, Todd, and that was not part of the deal. I told you up front that I wouldn't sit still for abuse of any kind.
I seem to remember you and Blair throwing off a few sparks of your own. I wasn't the only one.
That does not change what you did.
Yeah, well, it kind of evens things out, doesn't it? What happened? We all got ticked off. I told you to butt out when it came to me and Blair, and you told me that I wasn't supposed to tell you to shut up. What's the big deal? I heard you, you heard me. What's the problem?
The problem is I am more lawyer than parent. But you chose, with Blair standing right where you are now, to totally ignore the legal advice you pay me top dollar for, and which, not incidentally, was 100% on the mark.
That's right.
Might the translation of that be, I'm sorry?
Don't push it.
That's as close to an apology as you'll come, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
How'd I guess? Listen, what I really want is for what happened yesterday never to happen again, for all of our sakes. Yours, mine, Star's.
You got any suggestions?
Don't I always? When I was away last night, I came up with the perfect solution. Blair never has to be a problem again. Todd,
Blair doesn't scare me.
She should. First time I met her, I got the sense that she was mostly steel under those all-American good looks. And she proved it yesterday.
She had every right to see Star.
That's not what I mean. Blair dragged herself out of a hospital bed and all the way from Philadelphia alone. Gritty? Determined? And Todd, the woman suffered a stroke less than a month ago. But she pushed through the pain to show up at your doorstep because she just had to see her daughter again.
That's the way mothers are.
Uh-huh. And what happens when this mother is back 100%? We're going to have a brutally tough fight on our hands.
Are you saying you're not up for the fight?
Look, Todd, don't misunderstand me. I've won every case I've tried so far and loved every minute, but I'm an attorney, not a gunslinger.
Could have fooled me.
Well, then let me set you straight. It's true, I have a huge financial stake in our little agreement. But I'm here to look after your best interests. Legally speaking, not mine. That was the deal we made.
Well, I married a real pro, didn't I?
Yes, you did. And in this professional's opinion, neither you nor Star would be well served by another take-no-prisoners custody fight.
There's no other choice.
Yes, there is. Reconciliation.
You're nuts.
Todd, if there's another way for you and Blair to work things out, I say try it.
You know, I go to all this trouble to try and set up a quickie divorce, and now you're gonna play Cupid?
I don't have to. You love Blair. There's a lot of deep feeling in both of you, divorce or no.
Forget about it.
Then what about Star? I think she's a terrific kid, but it's not such a good idea for her to like me back too much because, after all, I'm not a permanent fixture around here. You know, maybe I should actually leave sooner rather than later.
Are you just gonna run out on this whole setup? You're gonna give up the money with just like that?
I'm willing to. Then after a while, you can send out a feeler to Blair, see what happens.
You're serious?
You pay for my advice, this is it. You've got only two alternatives. The status quo, you waiting for the legal monsoon to happen, Star without a mother, me taking up shelf space here. Or reconciliation, featuring a mother and father for Star, and a real wife for you. Which sounds better?
This is not gonna happen.
Tell me why.
Well, for one thing, Blair has said that she would rather rot in hell than get back together with me.
You fought her on everything else. Why not this?
It is not gonna happen now. You stop pushing me.
Don't you think you deserve for it to happen?
You just went too far, counselor.
I seem to be doing that a lot. So, maybe I'll go someplace where I won't have to watch my steps so much.
You know something? I don't pay you for your two-bit analysis, all right? I get plenty of that from Vicky. And she gives it to me for nothing.
What's up? Not much. You?
Lots. Well, at the club anyway. RJ is a new partner. Jakara principal. Pistol.
Ah, pretty smart, is she?
Mm-hmm. Smart, feisty, confident. Oodles of attitude.
Well, that could describe RJ.
You know, you put RJ and Jakara in a room together, it's Crackle City.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where this deal's gonna lead, but it ought to be someplace interesting. Speaking of couples, Mom said the wedding was great.
Oh, Tonio's? Yeah. The ceremony. Oh, the ceremony was beautiful. And afterwards, the whole neighborhood poured into the street outside Carlotta's diner. Oh, it was wild. The sun lit up everybody's smiles, and there was a conga beat on the breeze. People were dancing and laughing and eating and calling out to one another in Spanish. Oh, gosh. What?
Do you know that you completely change when the story is about your roots? The edges just melt out of your face. It's like you're ready to sing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you always do that when someone notices. Button yourself back down. A person might think that you were embarrassed by who you are or who you come from.
If anybody would understand being part of two different worlds and not really fitting into either one, it would be you.
I don't follow.
Your mother's white and your father's black. You told me yourself. You grew up on gefilte fish and black-eyed peas, polar opposites.
See, I never grew up with the idea that I was half this or half that.
You are lucky. I never had that sense of balance or that kind of confidence.
Pretty rocky, huh?
Oh, not horrible. I just remember thinking that everything in the Anglo world was better. Everything. Well, that's what I went after, and that's what I left behind. I stopped being Latina and became lawyerly. I traded ethnicity for opportunity.
You were a success?
My Latino friends blew me off for selling out. And in the Anglo world, I'm held back because I'm female, I'm smart, and my last name's Delgado. So where does that leave me? basically alone and, well, very successful.
I never knew you were that unhappy.
Well, let's just say my domestic situation's given me food for thought.
That's why you came by, isn't it? That's why you're telling me all this. Todd's doing a number on you, isn't he?
Rachel!
You know, I cannot believe that I didn't see it. Okay, you tell me. What is that creep doing to you?
Look, Todd has harassed me about pretty much everything under the sun, or under his roof anyway. But not about who I am. Just the opposite, in fact.
What? Oh, don't tell me. He's supportive.
I know it's hard to believe.
Impossible.
Well, maybe you should give it a try. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of bearing my soul. I've learned to keep quiet when everything I say can and always will be used against me.
But you told all this to Todd.
Yeah. And you know what? It was easy. I know that sounds strange. Anything being easy with Todd. It's true, though.
Amazing.
Well, it's not like he's exactly comfortable in his life either. He knows what it's like to never quite feel at home, even in his own skin. If I was sure that he operated on the same basic emotional principles as the rest of humanity, I'd say he was a lonely guy.
I'd say you like him.
I feel for him. It's as if he's swimming hard against a tide that never lets him reach the shore. I know what that's like.
You're giving him way too much credit. As a husband, as a man, as a human being, fill in the blank. You know, I know from personal experience.
Maybe you read him wrong.
Oh, you know, it was hard to mistake what he said for a compliment.
What if I told you that Todd was more of an across-the-board jerk than a racist, whatever he said to you notwithstanding?
Then you would have to tell me what you would base that conclusion on.
Him.
I don't know what you mean.
I asked Todd point blank about that incident. He said he'd been stupid and thoughtless, but that racism wasn't in the mix.
And you believed him?
Look, I think I've been at pretty close range to Todd lately, and from what I've seen of him, he does have a problem with one race. It's the human race. He's an equal opportunity irritant.
Taya, I liked you from the first moment I met you. And I know you're really turned up right now, which I'm really glad that you shared with me. But across-the-board jerk, you have no idea how sick Todd really is.
Voila! You see? Delgado is Delgano. The penthouse went to a safe house with one closed to the door, so you can relax. I know that, well, you like Taya about as much as you like a hungry cat. Well, she kind of reminds me of a hungry cat. But you got to be cool with her. You got that? You got to be cool. Because we need Taya right now. She's like medicine. See, a wife today keeps the Blair away. So get with the program, huh? Be nice with Taya. I said, be nice. That's better. Oh, and so's today. You know what this is? See, this is a fax. And this is a smile. Because this is from Mr. Green of the Armitage newspaper group. And it says that the Irish authorities have agreed to reopen the investigation into the murder of Lord Whiting. Which means one of two things. One, it pays to have friends in high places. And two, Patrick Thornhart is finally finished. Mr. Green, it's Todd Manning. I got your fax. You Brits sure work fast. Your dead boss would be proud. So, how'd you get the Irish authorities to reinvestigate the Whiting blast? What's that? Oh, I didn't know what time it was there. All right, look, before you go, I want you to keep the pressure on Patrick Thornhart, all right? Because that's the real story. All right, fine. Go back to bed. And my apologies to Mrs. Green. All right, fine then, whoever. I got dinner. You hungry?
No, thanks. I ate at Rachel's. That's where I spent last night, by the way, in my old apartment.
I didn't ask.
I still pay rent there, so if you want me out, I have someplace to go.
Ni casa, e su casa. I mean, that's the deal. For now, anyway.
And I offered to pull out of the deal if you want to try to reconcile with Blair.
Which I don't want to.
Well, I won't argue that point again. You dropped something. As you so politely pointed out to me this morning, you don't need my two-bit analysis of you and Blair.
That's right.
But you pay me very well to be your legal advisor. And in my professional opinion, you would do well to consider a separation from your current wife in order to reassess the situation.
Let's say I call your bluff.
It's not a bluff, Todd. I'll still do my best to see that you retain custody of your daughter. I just don't want to get mangled in the process, understood?
Fine. Delgado will look after Delgado.
Ah, and Todd Manning will look after Todd Manning.
That's right. Then no problem.
Wrong. There's someone else in the mix who can't protect herself and who can get hurt much worse than either one of us.
You talking about Blair?
No, I'm talking about Star. You needed a mother figure for the custody hearing. Fine. But then you asked me for more than that. You asked me to be a real mother to Star in Blair's absence. Now Blair's back.
Not all the way back?
It's just a matter of time. She'll get her strength back, and then she'll come after her child.
I can fight Blair off for years.
Years for me to learn to love your little girl. Listen, I can pretend with you. I cannot pretend with Star. She deserves the real thing.
I thought you and Star got along fine.
And what happens when you don't need me anymore and I walk out the door after I've become important to her? Well, it's hard enough to lose one mother. She'll lose two.
Yeah, but you'll still have me.
Oh, Todd, it's not the same thing. Listen, when my mother left, I was 7, okay? My father tried really hard to make up for it. He barely speaks English, but he bought copies of 17 magazine because it was trying so hard to figure out what it meant to be a girl. He could be himself with Jose, my brother, but I was his princess. You know, and it was hard and lonely to be in that ivory tower all by myself. When my mother died, I couldn't cry. Later, I realized that I had been mourning her since the day she left. Look, right now, Star's too young to understand, but she can feel plenty. When someone walks out on you, it's easy to learn not to trust. I believe that Star's a survivor. She'll protect herself, but she'll end up like me. Or like you. Is that what you want for her? I mean, doesn't she deserve better?
Are you trying to angle in on an extension of our deal?
The deal is fine the way it is. I don't want more money or anything else.
But
It would be in everyone's best interest to work out a generous visitation schedule for Blair. That'll impress any judge who looks into your custody arrangement. And Star won't feel abandoned.
okay, so you say everybody's best interest. Does that include you?
Yes. I won't feel guilty.
Are you sentimental?
Practical, really. It'll save on therapy bills.
That's funny. All right, I'll do it. But it is only what it is, nothing else, all right? Not a chance of Blair and I are going to get back together. I don't want that. She doesn't want that. So you're stuck with me.
That's fine.
And we'll make it work for Shorty.
Good.
Look, if we're over these little speed bumps now, I can relax, right?
Oh, one more thing.
Always one more thing with you, isn't there? What?
If we're to continue to play at this marriage, we have to do a better job of it.
I didn't know we were getting graded.
Well, the Mannings are expected to be the Mannings. Do the kinds of things married people do.
Like what, exactly?
Now, if you want to use me as a defensive weapon, you have to deploy me, which means you trot me out in public and show me off as the new Mrs. Manning.
Oh, I get it. Okay, you want everybody to know that you moved out of the janitor's apartment for good.
I intend to wring every bit of privilege and pleasure out of the situation. Let's start with your sister, the grande dame of Landview society.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
She and I got off on the wrong foot, but I can change that. Call Vicky and ask her to have lunch with us tomorrow. I am going to finish this and take a hot bath in that amazing black marble tub in the guest room. See you in the morning. Buenas noches. Hello?
It's me. Don't hang up.
Give me a reason why I shouldn't.
Star?
Is something wrong?
No. No, everything's fine. I just want to make sure that everything stays fine. Look, we've got a lot of things that we need to settle. And I know that you're not getting around so great these days. But I don't want to take a chance on seeing Dorian. So I want you to come visit Star. Here.
When?
Tomorrow. Late morning. That way I know that we won't be disturbed. Blair?
I'll be there.
You got everything?
Yeah. I even got a job.
Yeah, I think this is gonna work out fine.
Yeah, if I can survive breaking the news to Dorian, maybe.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna break.
She's not the only one.
Well, I see the lamps are still upright, and the furnishings are all in one piece. You and your crutches must be here on a more peaceful mission than last time.
It was Todd's idea that I be here to see Star.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is progress.
Well, you know me, I live to make the world a happier place.
It doesn't bother you that I'm here, does it?
Not under these circumstances.
Look, I don't lie, right? No. Taya's the one who lobbied for you to have the right to hang out with Star whenever you felt like it.
Oh, is this to your client's legal advantage?
No. Yours, as a mother. And Star's as a daughter. Star's doing great, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing we all want what's best for Star. I know I do. She and I have, gotten to be real pals.
You said you wanted to get some lunch. You want to get some lunch?
Yeah. I figured I'd stop by and pick you up. Your office said you were working at home.
Let's get going.
You know, everything just worked out perfectly. I got to see Star and get a job offer. You know, I should really come by more often.
A job offer from you?
Yeah. She needed some bread, so I threw her a few crumbs. You haven't said one word about my offer to Blair. What's the verdict?
Guilty of a decent and generous gesture. Pretty cool move, Manning.
How nice. The newlyweds.
Well, I hope the food is warmer than the welcome. We're gonna need a table for 3. Vicky's coming. Well, I hope nobody tries to blow this place up again. You'd get the whole Banner Brain Trust with one kaboom.
Publisher isn't here, thank God.
I checked my facts before I ran with that story.
Oh, hi, darling. Welcome. You don't have to walk far.
Oh,
right
good.
there.
Hello, Ted. Todd.
Hey.
Oh, it's so nice to see you.
Well, it's nice to see you, too.
Thank you. Thank you.
You look wonderful.
And thank you so much.
Hey,
So
some
do you.
bread here.
There we go. I'll have the pasta primavera, please.
Salute. To better days.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting long.
No, we just got here.
So did the rolls.
Well, we can roll off to another place if you want. Oh, I think I'm perfectly capable of eating lunch here, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you seem kind of...
I'm fine.
Well, that's fine. Muriel and I have had some transcendent arguments in restaurants. Yeah, well, you won't see one today. Vicky and I don't duke it out in public.
Oh, maybe we can change things.
I'm sorry?
Well, I didn't give you the warmest of sister-in-law greetings, did I, when we last met? I thought we could start over again.
Well, that's pretty much why I'm here. I'd really like to get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, Vicky and I aren't married anymore.
I told her this was a lousy idea, but she doesn't listen to a word I say.
So we don't have anything to fight about.
Because she's smart, huh?
Except maybe a nasty little habit of eavesdropping.
That's absurd.
But then what do you expect from someone whose notion of problem solving is to fire a tomato at a man's back? Oh, that's an interesting projectile.
I mean it. I'm really glad to be part of your family. I realized that it must have been a shock when Todd and I were married so suddenly. It just seemed right.
The sad truth is, there are some people who are so thick-headed and so insensitive that they only respond to outright behavior.
And some people only pretend to be civilized.
Excuse me, I don't think that's fair.
Well, you would know, wouldn't you? Because you started this fuss in the first place.
Wait, no, hold on a second.
Wait, I can speak for myself. Blair initiated the divorce. Todd just followed through on it.
The problem is, it takes 2 to be civilized.
Oh, give me a break. You wouldn't know civilized behavior if it bit you on the behind.
Do you know what? I am getting sick and tired of you telling me how and how not to act.
What's your problem?
I'm fine. I told you that. Fine. You won't hear another word from me, however accurate it may be. May I suggest that in response, you go and try and figure out just exactly whom you are so angry at and why?
Vicky?
Hmm?
Stop it!
Oh, that's a civilized response.
Damn it, woman!
Oh, gee, that was a great idea.
Can you fill me in here? I mean, I've never seen Vicky like that, or Clint. Was it something in the food?
It's more likely something in the air, which means it ain't over yet, and I am not about to miss a single moment. Cheers.
I don't know what Vicky was thinking, you know, acting like that in front of a bunch of people. I thought she didn't care what she looked like.
Runs in the family.
What'd you say?
I said it's fun to be in the family.
Because Vicky's got a new shrink or something. That means she needs one. Got a new altar coming out. Battling Betty. I'm gonna eat that pickle.
Feel free. May I simply say that you have the worst table manners that I've ever seen, and I've eaten in some pretty funky company.
You think so, huh? Thanks.
You're disgusting. Come on, you can't possibly want this to be an example to Star.
Doesn't matter to me. I've gotten by fine. Not sticking my little pinky up in the air like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you want for Star all the things you never had? A real family, close friends, a limitless future.
You get all that from a knife and fork, huh? No, you know a lot for somebody who grew up in the janitor's basement.
Hey, we were poor, but we weren't... disgusting. We had our dignity and we had table manners.
So what? You graduated from charm school. It's not like it helped you with Vicky just now.
I don't think her little meltdown had anything to do with me. She seemed,
Out of her mind?
well, distracted by Clint. I just hope I get another chance to have a sit-down with her.
Don't worry about it. Vicky's got her nose so far in my business, she knows more about my life than I do. I'm sure you won't be able to avoid another sit-down with her.
Good. Who knows? Maybe by the time that rolls around, you'll know how to use one of these.
What's that for? No, I just called to congratulate the Armitage Publishing Group on having the murder of Lord Whiting reinvestigated. It's great. Yeah, I'd love to see whatever you got published. Yeah, no, you know what? Don't send me a fax, all right? Send me the whole paper. There's nothing I love to see more than a big 72-point headline. No, thank you.
I'm getting to know that look.
What look?
Something good just happened.
Nah, no big deal. I was just talking to some friends in England. Don't look at me like that. I have friends. What's that?
It's a gift.
You know, I don't think you should be buying stuff for that kid.
It's for you.
Table manners and social mores. What's a more?
More. A custom or belief. The point is, I thought you could use that after what I witnessed yesterday at lunch.
You mean when my sister had voices in her head and went bonkers that lunch?
Yeah, but I was referring to your behavior.
That thing with the fork.
For example?
Now, why is it that my sister can go completely bonkers and nobody bats an eyelid, and then all I want to do is drink out of the finger bowl and it's the end of the world?
Well, I can't exactly comment on my sister-in-law's conduct.
Why not?
Well, I mean, who am I to judge her? Vicky Carpenter is a pillar of Lambview society. She's a publisher, a mother. She sits on the hospital board. What's my crowning achievement? Marrying my own client for $5 million.
And what's wrong with that?
It's weird. You know, we're weird.
Yeah. But let me ask you something. How many husbands you've had?
One, you're it.
Yeah. Vicky's had 5. And how many personalities do you have?
I'm not sure I understand the
Personalities,
question.
people running around your head?
Oh, just me.
Vicky's got 6 that we know about.
So what's your point?
My point is that everybody's weird, even normal people, especially them. Mel Hayes, he plays the bagpipes. Vicky and Clint, they yell at each other in restaurants. Dorian, well, Dorian's just trying to be human. All we did was get married for a very good reason. Nothing weird about that.
How am I going to argue with that kind of logic? You like your book?
You came all this way just to bug me about my manners?
Oh, no. It's Judith's day off. Did you forget? It's cooled off, so I came home to take Star to the park.
Just you and Star?
Yeah, you want to come? I was just going to push her in that little kiddie swing.
Yeah, all right. We'll take turns pushing, I guess. I want to make sure Star's up from her nap. Get that, will you?
I'm here to see Star. I can see it whenever I want.
I know.
Good. Where is she?
Blair, can I just have a minute?
About what?
This situation, you coming to see Star and me being here, I know it's awkward.
I'm fine with it. You'll get used to it.
I expect I will. I just hope that we can find some kind of balance, a simple respect for what everyone wants.
All I want is Star.
Of course. Star misses you as much as you miss her. But you should know that she and I get along really well. I think that's important for Star. I sense she's really comfortable around me, and personally speaking, I'm crazy about her. I'm just trying to tell you that she's not only healthy, but happy. We're trying really hard to give her the sense of a real family.
If you think Todd thinks that for a minute, then you are out of your mind. I know Todd better than you ever will. All you will ever be is hired help. He hired you to help him keep my baby. What you are is her Latina nanny. And one day when Star's playing, she will hear, Mira, Mira. And then and only then will she, well, maybe remember you.
Blair, just stop it, okay?
Stop
because you're gonna have another stroke.
I am not gonna stop it. That little girl is my daughter. She should be with me, her real mother. You helped Todd take her away from me. You let him marry you so you could help him keep her away from me. Well, let me tell you something. You will never, ever be my little girl's mommy. Do you understand? God. Oh,
Blair!
oh, oh, Todd! Todd, come down, quickly!
All I know, Dr. Gold, is that her legs gave way and she collapsed.
Are my legs paralyzed?
No, your atrophy muscles went into spasm because you've been working them too hard.
Wait, what are you giving me?
Oh, it's all right, Mrs. Manning. I'm a doctor. This is a muscle relaxant, which will also ease the pain.
How you doing, huh?
Oh, I'm just peachy, Todd. My legs feel like they're all twisted up and on fire.
Blair, can you drink this?
Here, yeah, drink some water. Come on.
I want it.
I would like to know what happened here. Blair, you were fine when you left the house, and now look at you.
Oh.
Todd?
Oh, look at me. I was upstairs.
Blair lost her balance. Her legs gave out, and she fell.
I talked to Dr. Gold. He said you left rehab last week against his wishes, that you were not ready, and don't try and tell me that you were. Look at you. 2 minutes with this pair. You clever relapse. Honey, Dr. Gold says you have to get back to Philadelphia right away and continue your rehabilitation.
No,
These men will take you.
I am
in
not
the
going
ambulance.
back. All right, my little girl is here. I'm staying here.
You are no good to her if you're not well. That is your priority. Finish rehab.
It isn't.
Gentlemen, Philadelphia.
Wait. I know you want to say goodbye to Star. I'll bring her down.